Hello. Yes, it's been a while. It's been too cold for getting out riding, but I've not been idle. And as you see, I now have a second hunter. And this one is called Hurricane, which will join Spitfire in the hangar. Now why, you might wonder, do I want two motorcycles which are ostensibly the same? Well, yes, it's a bit odd, I suppose, but bear with me and I shall explain. I love these machines so much that when I decided the Meteor had to go because I wasn't going to ride it, I tried it for the Hunter for a couple of months to see how I got on with it before I made the decision about the Meteor. But I realised that the Hunter is the machine I love. The Meteor, whilst it got me back to motorcycling again after a 40-year break, it wasn't quite what I wanted. And so when it came time to decide, I thought I could just sell it, but why not exchange it for the Dapper Grey model, which was the one that I originally thought I was going to get, but then the dealer lost the paperwork or something, we'll never know, and I ended up accepting the red one, which I love. And the red one is called Spitfire, very glamorous, and both of these machines of course are named after those two beautiful aircraft from the Second World War, the Spitfire and the Hurricane, single seat graceful aircraft, and I thought very appropriate. So this is the machine as it arrived, absolutely brand new, gorgeous, love it. And this will become my touring machine, which you will see in the second part of this video. And I was quite surprised when it arrived. I've only ever seen the photographs of it, just how lovely it looks in the grey. The tank, because the tank isn't broken by a colour change, it seems slimmer. It's not, it's exactly the same tank of course. So we're just going to let the engine run for a bit so we can hear the exhaust note. A little bit quieter I think than Spitfire, but Spitfire's now done over 300 miles and this engine is completely new, so it's probably a bit quieter. So now we'll take a look at Hurricane as she now is in touring trim. Yes, Hurricane will become the tourer and Spitfire is the bike for day rides down very narrow lanes. So there's enough capacity in those panniers for a week away, bed and breakfast, that sort of thing. And we also now have the crankcase shield fitted and the bar end mirrors. And having done this on Spitfire already, apart from the panniers, it all went very smoothly. The panniers themselves are the SW Motec ones, which I bought originally for the Meteor, but they actually fit more easily onto the Hunter, surprisingly enough. And because I've already done the work on Spitfire, it was very straightforward to fit. It took me about 15 minutes to pop them on, and they're nice and rigid. and I tuck them in as close as I can and high enough from the exhaust not to be a problem. There is actually, I've fitted plates beneath the panniers themselves. These are the same material as I made the back plates for. It's a PVC, rigid PVC, and it's welded to the vertical plate using super glue and graphite powder, which forms a very strong bond, almost like a weld. And I have actually trialled this on the Spitfire, this design, without any problems at all. I thought there was going to be a problem with heat from the exhaust, but there isn't. And because they're strapped across the top of the dual seat like that, that holds it all nice and rigid. But it makes it very easy to clip off and take away. So there she is in touring trim, and I hope to see you again on a ride somewhere very soon when the weather improves.